Are you?
Yeah.
Oh. Are we live now?
Just look at the phone.
Hello.
Hi.
We are live.
Are we? Yeah, we're live.
We'll just wait for 1 more minute and then we'll start.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
3
3
minutes. And then we'll start.
Yeah.
Thank you, production crew.
Okay. Yes. Hi. How are you? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Don't talk to this. Talk to us.
If you can hear us, please press 1. One. Okay. Yes. Thank
Good.
you.
Excellent.
How many students do we have? 9. Thanks, Maria.
Thank you again, production crew.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Remember me?
Remember me?
Oh. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right now. 9 people
10.
can hear. And Maria. Maria's
And
there.
Maria's there. Okay, so
It's only been 2 minutes.
yeah, not even 2 minutes. No, maybe you can ask them how they are or how their day was.
How are you, everyone?
How was your day?
Oh. Oh, it was good.
That's good.
Mhm.
So far, so good.
Happy students.
Mhm. How was your day, Miranda?
How was my day? My day was okay.
It was okay.
Not too bad. How about you?
Me too. I had a fun class. Yes.
Oh. No, I didn't have any problems. Today was fine.
Me too. Yes. So thankful. It's glad to know that you all had a good day.
2 minutes? Okay.
Yes.
We'll get started.
All right. So I'm
Ow.
Ellie, and
I'm Miranda. Hello.
okay, Ellie and Miranda.
Here are our names. Ellie
Yes.
and Miranda.
Okay, so I've been here in Korea for a year now, and so far I'm enjoying my stay here in Korea. Everything's so good, especially the food. How about you, Miranda?
Well, I've only been in Korea since March of this year. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So 8 months.
Very
That's all.
specific.
Mhm.
How do you like it so far?
It's very nice. I hear that winter is very cold. So we'll see how I feel in another couple of months.
Well, yeah, it's getting colder nowadays. Okay, so we're here today to to teach you about Toeic Speaking. So, as you already all know, Toeic Speaking has 6 parts, and let's just go, let's just do a quick rundown. So we have, yes. So we have part 1, part 2, part 3, part supposed to be 4. Thank you. Part 5 and part 6. So I'm pretty sure that Maria or Ali already explained that they'll be doing part 1 till 6, and we're doing it from part 6 to part 1. So what you had today was reading a text aloud. Yesterday was reading a text aloud, and for today, we'll go into expressing an opinion. Okay. All right. So, what's in part 6, Miranda?
What is part 6? Part 6, express an opinion. This is all about giving your opinion on a specific topic. So, generally you see the question, you have 15 seconds to think of an answer to this question, and then you have 60 seconds to speak and answer the question out loud.
Okay, so one more time. You'll be asked your opinion about a specific topic and say as much as you can within the time allowed, which is 60 seconds. So after hearing or reading the part, you'll be given 15 seconds to think and 60 seconds to say your response. Okay. Okay. But what's the difference between a fact and an opinion, Miranda?
A fact is something that is definitely 100% true. An opinion is something that is personal, something you think or feel. Sorry if I just crackled my microphone. An opinion is something that you feel. So, the way you might express your opinion, the way you might say your opinion, Ellie, can you give me some examples?
I think color blue is better than black. That's not true, but for me, that's how I feel. Yes.
It's an opinion.
It's just an opinion. Okay, how about you, Miranda?
So another way to talk about your opinion is to say, my opinion is chocolate is the best ice cream flavor. And then we also have this one.
I believe. Okay, so I believe the children are our future. Okay, how about this one?
Our last one is, I like it because. So this also has a reason as part of the opinion you're giving. I like it because. So if I was talking about chocolate ice cream, I like it because it's very sweet and I like sweet things.
So as you can see, this is all depending on how you feel and how you think. Very personal. Okay. All right. So here are some of the questions on how you can express an opinion.
Just quick questions. Ellie teacher,
Yeah.
which do you prefer, tea or coffee?
I prefer tea to coffee.
I guess I'm not even on the frame.
How about you, Miranda teacher? What do you like on your toast?
On my toast, I like peanut butter and jam.
Yummy. Okay, how about your favorite color? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is probably blue or green, maybe in between.
In between.
Ellie, what do you think is the cutest animal?
For me, I believe dogs are the cutest animal.
Oh, I see. Now, this is a controversial question. Lots of people have a different opinion about this. Ellie teacher, do you believe in aliens?
I think aliens do exist.
You have no evidence, you have no proof. It's not a
Just-
fact.
It's just my opinion.
It's an opinion.
Okay.
We're going to take a look at an example question now for part 6. So,
Okay, Miranda, would you please read us the question?
of course, some people think that supervisors and employees should be able to socialize outside of work. Others think that they should not be able to socialize outside of work. What is your opinion? Use reasons or examples to support your choice.
Okay, so before we explain the question, we'll just have a quick rundown with the vocab words. So first, we have supervisor. Miranda, what's a supervisor?
A supervisor is someone at work who observes and directs the work of other employees. So they will give jobs, monitor jobs, make sure everyone is working. Ellie, can you tell me what is an employee?
So employee is someone who gets paid to work for a person or a company. So in short, you do the work and you get paid. How about socialize?
Socialize.
Mm-hmm.
To socialize is to spend time when you are not working with other people. So it might be at home, it might be at a party, a restaurant, at the park, anywhere that is not the workplace where you interact with other people.
In short, not work related. Okay.
And our last one, we have workplace here. So
Yes.
we have work here. What is the difference?
Okay, so work is your job, your task, what you're supposed to do in your job. And a workplace is basically where you work, where you do your job. Okay. So let's have a quick explanation of the question.
Okay, so let's break this down to the first sentence. Some people think that supervisors and employees should be able to socialize outside of work. So this is the statement. This is the beginning statement. Some people think supervisors and employees should be able to socialize outside of work. Ellie, what is this? Can you break this down?
Okay, so there are people who think that supervisors and employees should be able to go out and meet outside of work to socialize. It's not work time, but it's more of your free time where you're supposed to meet with your supervisor and employees. So some think they should be able to do that. Yes, they can do that, but there are also other people who think that, no, I don't think that's right. I don't think they should be able to socialize.
They should not be able to.
So they don't think they should be. They should not be able to socialize outside of work. So this question is asking about your opinion. Do you think they should be, or do you think they shouldn't be able to socialize outside of work?
What is your opinion? Use reasons or examples to support your choice. So if you say yes or no, you need to explain why you think yes or no. You need reasons or examples. Reasons because. Examples, for instance, your choice. Whether you think yes, they should, no, they shouldn't.
Okay. All right, so now let's get into the steps. Okay, so the steps in saying your answer are the following. First, state your answer. Do you think that they should be?
Yes, they should.
Or do you think that they should not be able to?
No, they should not.
Okay, yes. So this is where you say your answer directly. And how about the second step, Miranda?
So after you've given your answer, yes or no, you need to say why. You need to give your reason. I think this because. So remember you have 60 seconds to answer. So stating your answer shouldn't take very long. Most of the time should be in reason and then a little bit in conclusion. So this is where you spend most of your time explaining why you think the way you think.
Okay.
And after we have?
Lastly is the conclusion. You just state your answer again to remind about your answer. So therefore, they shouldn't be able to socialize outside of work, or therefore, they should be able to socialize outside your work. It's just stating your answer one more time.
Remember, when you give an answer to a question, the conclusion is the last thing that people hear. So you want it to be very clear that this is exactly what you're thinking.
Okay.
Let's have a look at the first answer to our question.
Do you think we should ask them how are they feeling
We should
about
ask, okay, everybody, are you following? Is everything
Yeah.
okay?
Is everything good? So If you can catch up, can you please press 2?
It's 5 second delay. Oh, good. Very good.
Okay. Thank you.
Should I about speaking speed? Are we speaking at a good speed that you can understand?
Or are we going too fast? If we're going too fast, 0. But if we're okay, just continue to press 2.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. So would you like to read or shall I read this answer?
Okay. I would like to read the first response.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the answer to the question. Just an example response. So I will read it for you. This is a difficult topic, but really sometimes there are some clear lines that needs to be drawn. Some information that should not be disseminated, for example, from the management to the employees. And in that sense, socializing outside of work might inadvertently make a manager say things that he or she shouldn't have to an employee, and thus creating an uncomfortable situation for both of them within the workplace. Also, socializing outside of work between workers would actually infringe on the free time that people have. If you end up socializing, maybe you'll end up talking about work rather, and in that sense, maybe you should just relax and not think about work during weekends. But you end up talking about work more with your supervisor, and so therefore, you have not gotten the relaxation. That was a long answer.
Very long answer. And in that long answer were some new words. So let's take a look at the new words. So the first one is drawing a line. Ellie, can you explain lines that need to be drawn?
Okay, so clear lines that needs to be drawn means there are some people who wants their personal and work life to be separated. So they set a boundary, a line, where they should be able to just spend their time on their own and on the other days work regularly. So they want it to be completely separate. That's why there are clear lines that needs to be drawn. Okay. How about disseminated, Miranda?
Disseminated. This is a very long word. What disseminated means is to spread something out. Often information. So if I have information I want to give to other people, I disseminate the information. Next we have inadvertently.
Okay. So in this disseminated, let me just go back. It could be in a form of online computer technology, but it could also be from a person. So they could say something about an information which the employee shouldn't be able to know.
So you might accidentally give information about the company by speaking to an employee, if you are a supervisor, that they didn't need to know or shouldn't know.
So that's also an example of disseminated. For inadvertently, it's more like by accident. He or she didn't mean to do it. He was not thinking of doing it, but by accident, he or she accidentally said something which he or she are supposed to not to say. So it's just by accident. So in here, socializing outside of work might inadvertently make a manager say things that he or she shouldn't have. So he didn't mean to do it. It was just by accident because of that situation.
Normally, you wouldn't know what the person has now told you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have known, but now you know. Okay.
It is. How about management or manager, Miranda?
Okay, where's manager? There it is. There
Yes.
it is. Manager. Manager or management. This is a job, a role in the workplace, A manager is in charge of making sure that employees are doing their work on time and properly. So you're given a job by your manager or by your supervisor, and the manager has to make sure that you are doing the job. Next we have infringe.
Okay, infringe. Infringe is such a big word. So infringe
you
is
find
like
it?
here. Okay. So infringe is like breaking the law, breaking a rule, breaking a law. In this case, it says infringe on the free time that people have. Because free time, normally everyone respects your free time. But socializing outside of work could take away your free time. Because you end up working or talking about work instead. Okay. How about free time?
Free time,
Rhonda?
we just mentioned free time. So free time is really any time where you are not at work. When you're at work, it's work time. When you are not working and you go home, you go to dinner, you are in free time. So definitely not work time.
All right. So that's the vocab words. So let us explain each point. Okay, so point number 1, Miranda.
Point number 1. I'll read it again. This is a difficult topic, but really, sometimes there are some clear lines that needs to be drawn. Some information that should not be disseminated, for example, from the management to the employees. And in that sense, socializing outside of work might inadvertently make a manager say things that he or she shouldn't have to an employee, and thus creating an uncomfortable situation for both of them within the workplace. So this again is we had our 3 steps. This one is the answer step. So, do you remember the question? The question was, some people believe that supervisors and employees should be able to socialize outside of work. And what do you think? So this person says, this is a difficult topic, but really sometimes there are some clear lines that need to be drawn. So when we talked about lines being drawn, it was about boundaries and respecting boundaries, keeping work life and private life separate. So this person is saying, you need to respect work life and private life. It's saying that people should not socialize with their supervisors and employees. You should not socialize together. Let's have a look at our reason, Ellie.
Okay, so one of the reasons is because the information that was disseminated by accident. Okay, so as we talked about a while ago, disseminated is could mean that an information was spread, was said inadvertently by the manager or the employee. So, because of the situation, this can make them uncomfortable in the workplace. Okay, can you give us an example of an uncomfortable situation in the workplace, Miranda?
Okay. If your manager had told you a secret about another employee, then when you see that employee again, you would feel very uncomfortable. You would remember what the manager had told you that you never would normally have known. You remember what the manager has said. You see the other employee. You feel very uncomfortable.
Yes, that's true. Okay, now let's get into the second point.
Reason number 2.
So he said that socializing outside of work could infringe on the free time that the people have. So because, for example, instead of just having fun or talking about other things, you can't help but end up talking about work.
So, Ellie, if you finished work at 7 p.m., but now you have to go to dinner with your supervisor, and that dinner lasts until 12 p.m. your free time should have started, but you are still with your supervisor. So free time.
Yes. So in short, it took away your free time. So it is very clear that the person who said this answer was against it. So his answer is like should not be able to socialize outside of work. And just a reminder, there are a lot of difficult words in this response. You don't have to say anything big. Like as long as you answer the question, state your answer. As long as you give enough reason and conclude, it's fine. It's okay. Yes.
So to recap this reason 2, socializing outside of work means that you can't enjoy your free time properly. You can't feel relaxed. And that you might even think about work during weekends. So you're supposed to finish work on Friday, but you keep thinking about work. In a way, you are still at work even when you are at home, so it is not comfortable. Okay.
All right. So let's give you more examples. Okay, another response is, let me read it for you. Many people may think that the supervisors and employees should not be able to socialize outside of work. However, I think they should be able to socialize outside of work. Very clear?
Keep going.
And because if when you have a good relationship through socialization, it will help the work efficiency. For example, if you have lunch with a good person who I need to work closely, I can learn that person's attitude and personality, and also that person can learn about me, and it will help us to work together. In addition, during work, we may have a difficult situation and have to explain the uncomfortable topics to co-workers. If you know that person well, in that case, it will be easier to explain and solve the difficult situation.
Okay, and we have some more vocabulary in this second answer.
Okay.
So, our first word, Ellie, is efficiency.
Efficiency. Okay.
Where is efficiency? There it is. How do you explain efficiency?
Okay, so efficiency is the amount of work you can do in a given amount of time. So if you can do a lot of work in a short time, then you are very efficient. But if you just finish like a little work in the long amount of time, then you're not very efficient. Okay. How about attitude and personality?
This is 2 in 1, 2 words for one. So, attitude and personality are similar. Personality is describing a person. So, you might say that they have a happy personality, an unhappy personality. An attitude is much more about how does a person feel in a moment, in a situation. So you might have a good attitude or a bad attitude in a situation. So if you were at work and you had a bad attitude, you might not work very well. Okay. Next we have uncomfortable.
Okay, so uncomfortable means, so we know that un means no or not. Comfortable is when you feel at ease, you feel good. But uncomfortable can make you feel awkward, can make you feel bad in a given situation. Okay. How about difficult situation, Miranda?
Difficult situations. This is 2 different words. Difficult, you probably all know. Difficult is the opposite of easy. Something is hard. It is difficult. Situation refers to the moment you're describing. So in this situation, we are teaching you. In the situation you are in, you are watching a video. So you're in a watching situation, we're in a teaching situation. A difficult situation, however, is one that is tense or tricky to work through. So in this answer, if you know that person well, in that case, it will be easier to explain and solve the difficult situation. And this is in relation to uncomfortable topics with co-workers. So, if you found an uncomfortable topic between you after socializing, you might be a little bit uncomfortable. But if you have the good relationship because you've learnt about their attitude and personality, and you have a good relationship, it will be easier to solve difficult situations, which is the uncomfortable topic. So I found out that thing about you, that you do believe in aliens, and I don't agree, and instead of arguing and fighting about it, because we are friends, we can work a solution out and learn to agree to disagree.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's talk about this answer. So again, this first part, this is the answer to the question. So remember, this is the answer. And the answer is where you say, I agree or I disagree with the statement, I believe this. So this person says, many people may think that the supervisors and employees should not be able to socialize outside of work. This is not the answer. This is just talking about the question a second time. The real answer starts here. However, I think they should be able to socialize outside of work. So this person says yes, they should socialize.
Okay. So in this part, he or she gave his answer through because when you have a good relationship through socialization, it will help work efficiency. Okay. So he said that if you're having a good relationship with your supervisor employee, then you can do more work in a short period of time.
And you get that good relationship through socialization.
Yes.
So spending more time together, you know each other better, you can work better together.
All right. And he gave an example.
An
For
example.
example,
Excellent.
yes, if you have lunch with a good person, then
Someone you need to work closely with.
You will learn about his attitude, personality, and that person can also learn about me, and it will help us work together because we're both in a good relationship.
As you know, Ellie, in the workplace, most jobs don't involve just one person. Many jobs involve working together as a team,
That's true.
working together, and the better you can work together, the easier it is to work.
So this person thinks that socialization could help strengthen the relationship. Okay.
In addition,
So he also added that during work, if they may have a difficult situation and have to explain uncomfortable topics to coworkers, it will be easier to explain that because you know that person well.
So if you can talk about aliens later with someone you like,
Aliens.
well, it's relevant,
Okay.
sort of. So it's much easier to have a conversation from two arguing sides if you respect and like
Yes.
that person.
That's true. All right. So clearly this person believes that yes, they should be able to because socialization could help with work. Okay.
Next.
Right. Just a quick grammar tip. So
There were some small mistakes in both answer number 1 and answer number 2. So we'll go over those here.
okay. So first one said there are some clear lines. So obviously this is many or plural. or plural. Everybody knows plural. It means many,
More than one.
more than one.
Mhm.
That needs to be drawn. In this case,
This is incorrect.
yes, because a plural subject should have
No S.
no S here.
So this is the correct version. Some clear lines that need to be drawn.
Okay.
So if it was one line, I have a line. It needs to be drawn. I have two lines. They need to be drawn.
Or we can do, like, if you want needs, if you want to use needs, then you should only have, there is a clear line.
Yeah.
There is a clear line that needs to be drawn.
Yep. Okay, next we have he or she shouldn't have to an employee and thus creating uncomfortable situation. This is a run-on from a long sentence. So, they're missing
It's very
a couple of things.
Yes, it's not very specific, very
Yeah.
blurry.
So
Shouldn't have what?
They've accidentally left out the verb say
Yeah.
from their phrase. He or she shouldn't, some things he or she shouldn't say to an employee, but they accidentally said shouldn't have to an employee. So they meant say. Also, they accidentally left an out of their sentence and thus creating an uncomfortable situation.
Yes. Okay. And the second one here is with an article. If I have a lunch with someone, usually when we use breakfast, lunch, dinner, you don't use an article. Or or I have the lunch.
A is
yes.
very specific.
Very specific.
Yeah. And too specific for general lunches.
So it's better to say if I have lunch.
Will you have lunch with me?
Sure, I'll have lunch with you.
Will you have a lunch with me? Just one sometime?
Just one. Okay.
Okay, next we have a good person who I need to work closely. They've left out with.
Yes.
So it doesn't make sense without with. A good person who I need to work closely. It doesn't end.
Yes.
So it should have with on the end. Because it's you, I, and a person. You should say with. We are together. Okay. Okay. So this is the end of our question and answer.
Yes.
So we now have a little
time for
quiz.
Okay, just to break the ice. Time
Yeah.
for a quiz.
Okay.
Okay.
Question 1.
So our first question is for 45 seconds. So we'll read it for you.
An opinion is
Okay.
1. Something that is true, something not true. How you feel? Your mood today.
And timer starts
Now.
now.
Surprise, surprise. Someone isn't answering.
Are you still there?
Are you having a snack? Okay.
Wow, great.
Time
Okay.
is up. Let's have a look at our answer. It was 3.
Ooh, okay.
An opinion is how you feel or think about something.
Yes. Okay, so 85% got it right.
Yes. Good job, everybody. So,
Okay, and we have another question. Okay, so what does this mean? So first, drawing a line. Number 2, drawing something you like. Number 3, disseminate. Number 4, management or manager. Timer starts.
Ready?
Now.
Go.
Just a quick vocab test.
Who hasn't answered yet? Oh, no, we have some answers. Okay, good job, everybody. So
All
let's
right, great.
have a look at the answer. It was number 1.
Yes, so drawing a line.
Drawing a line.
Boundaries.
Mhm.
Work, personal life.
Nearly everybody got that right. Good
Yes,
job.
Great.
Next.
Okay.
This is a little bit harder. A lot harder.
Okay.
So, you read the question.
Okay, so you have to choose the most appropriate response to the question. So which of these response is the most likely related to or the most appropriate response to this question? And the question is, do you prefer to spend your free time alone or with others? Okay, timer starts.
More time for this question.
Yes, you have 60 seconds.
Okay, ready?
Now.
Go. Okay, everybody's answered. Good job. So,
Okay, let's see how their answers.
number 4.
Okay, yes. So the most appropriate response to this question is, I love to spend time with my friends and family in my free time.
Good job, everybody.
Great.
Okay.
Mhm.
That was question number 3. Number 4.
Right. So it's the same thing. You have to choose the most appropriate response. The question is, do you agree that technology brings people closer together? Okay, so you have 60 seconds. Timer starts now.
It's a little bit harder, this question.
It is.
Take your time. I wonder if any of our students are just guessing. Potentially, they are.
I hope not.
Hopefully, they're thinking about the
I hope
answer.
not. Yes.
Everybody's finished answering.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look at the answer.
All
Number
right, so the
2.
correct answer is I think technology makes people more isolated. Yes, so isolated means like more distant, farther away from each
Yeah.
other.
Isolated also means alone.
Mhm,
If you
alone.
feel alone, you are isolated.
Yes.
So, one more question.
One last question for this round.
Mm.
Okay, so which do you think among these sentences or phrase is grammatically correct? Okay, so you also have 60 seconds for this one, and timer starts now.
Who hasn't answered? Everyone, we
One
should
left.
answer.
One left, yay!
No.
Oh, two more.
Oh,
Okay.
nearly there, nearly everyone.
Almost there, almost there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, just in
Yay!
time.
All right.
So our
So,
answer was
correct answer is number 2. Okay, so there are some clear lines that need to be drawn.
Nice job, everybody.
Good job. All right, so now let's go back.
No.
No?
1 minute. How do we get back out?
I think it's a question.
Ah!
Seriously.
There we go.
All right,
We
we
did it.
just had a little technical difficulties.
It's okay, we're fine. So we finished grammar tips.
Okay.
So
These are just
We
examples.
had 2 more examples, but we'll skip those for now.
Mhm.
We had
We already had a quiz.
Next.
For
is
now, we'll have
key phrases. Useful in all of our opinion giving situations. So we have 5 categories of phrases here. The first is giving an opinion, making a choice, giving explanation, numbering points or arguments, and giving examples.
Yes.
Let's jump into the first one.
Okay. So these key phrases are some of the phrases that are very useful in when you're responding to an opinion or giving or expressing your opinion.
Yes.
So the first one, when you start giving an opinion, you could say, I think, or I believe, or I feel that white is better than blue. Okay, yes,
Exactly.
just giving an opinion.
Yep.
All right.
After that you have, similarly, in my opinion, in my opinion, chocolate is the best ice cream flavor.
Yes. Okay, there are more examples for giving an opinion. Another one is, I agree that. It means, yes, I think so too. I also have the same thoughts as you.
Yeah.
So I agree that creativity is the most important quality for a painter.
So I agree, that means you had an original statement as part of your question.
It could be that the
Aliens.
question,
Aliens exist.
yeah.
I agree that.
Yes. So the question for this could be, what do you think? Do you think that creativity is the most important quality for a painter? And yes, I agree that creativity is the most important quality for a painter.
If you do not agree, you can say, I disagree that.
Yes.
So these are just positive and negative responses to the
so
same thing.
I agree. I disagree. I don't agree. I don't think so.
Draw a line. Okay. Next category. Phrases that help you when you are making a choice between multiple things. So more than one thing, you have to choose. So I prefer to I prefer buying my clothes in a shop to shopping on the internet. So you're making a statement about two things and saying which one you prefer. Which one do you like more?
Yes. Just like what Miranda asked me earlier, do you prefer tea or coffee?
Exactly.
So I said, I prefer tea to coffee.
After that,
And another one is, instead of two, aside from two, you can also say rather than. I prefer tea rather than coffee. So you're choosing between two or more choices.
exactly.
All right.
There we go. Continuing to make choices, it is better to than to This is more of a comparison. So rather than just choosing A over B, you are comparing two things in your statement. So it is better to learn from a teacher than to learn something in a book. Than to learn something in a book. So we also have
Yes. So blank is better than blank. So when we say better, you're comparing two. For example, because better is from good, better, best, right? So when you're using better, you're only comparing two. But if you're using more, you use best. This is the best among all. But in this case, we're using better. So you're only comparing two.
which one is better than the other.
So for me, I think having a small family is better than having a large family.
Next we have again.
Yes. And also you could use that to answer the previous question. I think employees and supervisors, it's better to not socialize with our supervisor and employees
Than
to socialize. Yes.
Next we have giving explanation. So we talked about giving your answer to the question. Then you need to give your reasons why. So you believe that's because, and then you state your reason why. So that's because students don't have to worry about their educational expenses. I like the color blue. That's because it reminds me of the ocean.
Yes.
We also have
The reason is that. So for example, I said, I prefer tea to coffee. The reason is that coffee makes me dizzy. Yes.
so next category. Ellie, what's the next category?
The next one is numbering points or arguments. So if you want to say a couple of things about a topic, we could use these words. So first of all, state your reason. Second, state your another reason. And finally, state your last reason. Usually, when you use all of these, they're related to each other.
Yeah, it's essentially a list of reasons, and you're explaining your list of reasons one by one in order. So,
Right? Yes.
giving examples. You have given your answer. You have said why you've chosen your answer. Next, you need examples to explain your reason. So, you would say, for example. We literally said, giving examples.
For example.
It's very straightforward.
Yeah.
For example, when I was a child, I always went to bed by 10 o'clock. We also have this one.
To be specific. Okay, so to be specific, people need a place to relax. So if you say specific, oh no. They were spoiled that they're going to have a quiz after this. Oh no.
There we go.
Okay, so specific means you're talking about a thing or a specific thing. Like,
In more more detail.
More detail, yes, thank you. So for example, I said that I prefer tea than coffee. To be specific, green tea. Yes.
That is very specific. Exactly.
Very specific.
Okay. So, should we check in?
Yes.
How is everyone feeling? Are you still following along well?
Yes. So if you're still following along well, please press 3.
Oh, good. Good, 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 good.
Yay.
Okay. That's how many threes is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 threes.
11 threes.
Okay. We still have everyone we started with.
Yes.
Good.
All right. Now that you've seen the next slide, okay,
We
so
do have another little
Here we
little
go.
quiz. So, should we go over these? Oh, one more.
okay, one more time.
Okay, if you would like us to go through these one more time,
Yes, that was a
please say
bit fast.
4.
One more time, please. Number 4.
Okay. Okay, we'll go over one more time.
Okay, so the first one, giving an opinion. I think that, I believe that, in my opinion, I agree that, I disagree that blue is better than white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making a choice. You have more than one option and you are choosing one over another. I prefer this to that. I prefer tea to coffee. I'd rather have tea than coffee. You also have this is better than that. So tea is better than coffee. Giving inspiration.
Yes. Giving explanation is when you want to give reasons. Because, for example, you can say, the reason is that, or because, yes, to be more specific or in detail.
Then numbering points and arguments. If you have many reasons and explanations, you organize them into a list and you say first or first of all.
Yes.
Second, secondly, second of all. Lastly, finally, last of all.
Yes. And giving examples. For example, to be specific. All right.
So you've given your answer, you've given your reason, you've compared it to something else, then you give an example that supports your reason.
Yes. Okay. So the words, just a quick rundown.
Korean as well.
Yes, with a Korean as well. Here and I agree. I disagree. And making a choice. I prefer rather than. It is better to than to. Is better than. That's because the reason is that first of all, first. Secondly, finally, lastly. And giving examples.
For example, to be specific.
All right, quiz time.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
So let's have a look at the first question.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question. All right. So for our first question, which category does the key phrase, in my opinion, belong? So which group does it belong? Is it giving an opinion, making a choice, giving explanation, numbering points or arguments, or giving examples? Timer starts now. Very easy.
It's just a warm-up question to get you in the mood for harder questions.
It is.
Nice, nice, very good. We gave them too much time for that question. It
That's
was
true.
too easy.
That's true. I think 10 seconds would be enough. No, just kidding.
2 people haven't answered.
Mhm.
Ooh, time. Oh, one snuck in there. Just
All
in
right.
time. Okay, let's have a look at the answer.
Okay. Obviously, it's giving an opinion. So when you give an opinion, you use the phrase, in my opinion.
Next question.
Yes. Okay. Which of the following key phrases is used for numbering points or arguments? First, I think, believe, feel that. I prefer to. That's because. First of all, for example,
Here we
timer
go.
starts now.
Oh, someone's internet. They said, oh my god, internet. Huh?
Oh no. What?
Someone had an internet problem.
Oh, no.
Oh dear. Maybe it was the person who couldn't answer the last
That's
question.
why.
It's a little bit more difficult.
Yes.
Little bit.
Numbering points or arguments. You have a lot of things to say, so you organize them.
Stop giving them hints, Ellie teacher. Hopefully they were listening, and hopefully we explained well.
That's true.
Okay, time is up. So let's check
It's
out
a bit
the
hard.
answer. It was, first of all,
Yes.
number one reason, first of all. So numbering points, first of all.
Because you had a lot of things to say, so you number them.
You put them in order. 1, 2, 3.
Three.
And for the first one, you say firstly.
If you have like 10 things to say, you can say fourthly, fifthly, more.
Fifthly, okay.
That's too much.
Okay. Okay, next
All right.
question. I hope you're ready. I hope Shin Ho-jae
Oh, my
has
internet.
fixed his internet or his internet.
Yeah.
Probably a he.
Is it better now?
Shin Ho-jae, is your internet okay?
Oh,
Good.
Yay.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Next question.
Here we go.
Okay. Fill in the blank. So, food cooked at home, blank, food served at restaurants. So, you have to choose the correct word or words.
In my opinion, is better than, I agree that, that's because. For example, time starts now. Have a little bit more time here. Oh, he said it was fixed, but there was some noise, a little bit of noise. It's okay.
Responses are good.
Oh, we have one person left to answer. Lots of time still left. Okay, nearly up. Okay, let's have a look at the answer.
So,
Food cooked at home is better than food served at restaurants. Yes.
Yes.
Peanuts answer number 2, you were correct. Okay.
usually, in my opinion, in my opinion, is used in the first part of the sentence.
Yeah, it's usually at the beginning of the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, food cooked at home is better than food served at restaurants.
Same with agree that.
I agree that food cooked at home.
Yes. And for example as well.
That's because we'd go after this. So
Yes.
food cooked at home is better than food served at restaurants. That's because blah, blah, blah. But most of you got this right. Good job.
Great. All right. Time for the next question. Okay, so it's still fill in the blank. Blank, learn from a teacher. Blank, learn something in a book. So I disagree that is better than. I prefer rather than. It is better to than to. First of all, finally.
Time starts now. Everyone seems to be thinking one or the other.
Yeah.
Two strong responses. Everyone has answered, but we still have some time left. So you just have to wait till the time is up.
Commercial break.
It's from a TV show back in the UK.
I see.
A quiz show. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. It was number 3. So lots of people said number 2. I prefer learn from a teacher rather than learn something in a book. This is not grammatically correct.
If you want this, I prefer
To learn from a teacher
than to learn something in a book. Or rather than learn something.
or learning.
Learning
Yeah,
something in a book.
But it is better to learn from a teacher than to learn something in a book is correct. Good job, everybody.
Right. And lastly...
Last question! Hooray!
Okay. So choose the most appropriate response to the question.
Would you rather own or rent your own home? So these are a little bit long.
You have 60 seconds
You have
for
60
this.
seconds. Go. You have plenty of time, so read all of the answers and then choose the best one. I'm glad no one has chosen answer number 1. Two more answers to give. 2 people. Good job, everybody has answered. And time is up. So, let's have a look at the answer. It is number 3. Nearly everyone got this right. Good job. Would you rather own or rent your own home? What's the answer?
I prefer owning a home to renting.
So this answer includes both of the options, own or rent. I prefer owning to renting.
Okay, so this question is making you choose between 2. So would you rather own your home or rent? And
So
the answer?
Answer
yes.
1 has nothing to do with owning a home or renting a home.
Yes.
This is an opinion about their own home.
I feel like I live.
This is our answer, and this is related, but the answer to a different question. So, good job, everybody. Quiz
Nice.
is over.
Right, yay.
So now we are moving on from part 6, and it's expressing an opinion, to some dialogue
Dialogues.
topics. Again,
All right. Yeah.
dialogue topics. So you covered at the hotel yesterday with Maria teacher and Ali teacher. So we're moving on from booking a room at a hotel and checking in to asking for assistance. So we have some key expressions here. These are very common phrases that you would hear at the hotel specific to asking for assistance. So
Yes.
let's go through these.
Yeah.
So number 1.
I need someone to bring my baggage up. So baggage in Korean is baggage. Okay. So usually that's your things. So when you need someone to help you bring your things, you would normally or usually say, I need someone to bring my baggage up. And someone would help you right away. Yes.
And number 2.
How can I call room service? Okay, so if you need room service and you don't know how, you can just say or ask someone in the front desk, how can I call room service?
Ellie teacher, what is room service?
Room service is normally if you need something such as food or any
Usually food.
Usually food. It is like if you're hungry and you don't want to go down.
You want the food to be delivered to your room, you call room service.
Yes.
Next, similar, we have, may I have room service? So you've asked how to call for room service.
Now that you know.
Now you call and you say, may I have room service? Then we have, to your room service order, I'd like to order a bottle of wine, please. Please, only the people who are of legal drinking age should be ordering wine.
I think
Thank
they
you.
are.
Some of them,
Not yet.
we'll see. So, I'd like to order a bottle of wine, please. Please, be polite.
Yes,
Be nice.
please.
Next we have,
Please keep my valuables until tomorrow morning. So valuables are usually your ooh. Wait.
I zoomed in. Sorry.
While she's doing that, valuables are usually the important things that you have. For example, your bag that has your jewelries, your money, or anything that is very important to you. So we call that valuables.
Yeah. Value. Value means how much is it worth? So if something is valuable, it is worth
worthy.
a lot.
Yes.
Worth a lot. And until,
Until. So usually
up to a
up to.
time.
Until when it's the time. So for example, please keep my valuables until, you should say when after you say until.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning. So,
Next
yes.
week.
Or
Friday.
next week. Yes.
Now it's just in this mode now. Sorry.
nice.
It's just that's the way it is.
It's fine.
So we have some more key expressions. Next we have, the toilet is broken. Everybody needs to use the toilet. Every hotel room has a toilet. This toilet is broken. This toilet does not work.
And another problem.
Specific.
Toilet won't flush.
It won't flush.
Oh,
Oh no. Moving on from toilets, I'm locked out of my room. Well, we didn't cover flush.
Okay, so flush.
Flush.
Is when you flush the toilet and water comes out, and then it sucks everything.
Everything goes away.
Yes.
I'm locked out of my room. Locked. So
Locked out.
you close the door, you lock the door. Now the door will not open. I'm locked out of my room. I cannot get into my
Yes.
room. The door will not open.
If you're locked out, you're outside your room. You can't go in.
Do you have a spare key?
Spare key.
Do you have a spare key? So often you will be given a key when you check into your room. You might need a spare key. Maybe there are 2 guests in the same room and they need a key each. Do you have a spare key? Can you give me one more key?
Or when you lose your key and you need one more, can I have a spare key?
Spare key.
Yes, another one. And there are towels in the bathroom.
We did not write this text, but this is a mistake.
Yes.
There are towels in the bathroom. So when you use the bathroom, when you wash your hands, have a shower, you need a towel. Everyone needs towels. Sometimes you need to ask for more towels or say where the towels are. So,
Okay. And more expressions. Okay. So more problems about the room. So first, if the air conditioner is broken, you can say the air conditioner is not working. Okay, air conditioner.
my room is too hot. My room is too cold. The air conditioner is not working. Similarly, the heater in my room does not work. Obviously, a heater warms up the room rather than cooling the room. The heater in my room doesn't work. My room is too cold. Next we have, I'd like to change my room. This room is too noisy. This means, please give me a new room. I want a different room. This room is too noisy. I can hear my neighbor's TV. Too loud. Please give me a new room.
Okay, yes. And please give me a wake-up call at 6 a.m. So a wake-up call is when you need or when you have to wake up early in the morning and maybe your alarm is not working or you need someone to wake you up
To make sure
that you wake up. They'll call your room
at the agreed time.
at the time that you said so. Yes. Ooh. Again. Sorry.
So you ask for a wake-up call at 6 a.m. So when 6 a.m. comes, the hotel will call your room. So bring, bring. It's 6 a.m. Time to wake up. Last one. Oh no, last one on this page. I want to send this to laundry. Laundry.
Laundry, you have to wash it.
Why is this
Yes.
selected again?
Oh,
That one then
It's okay.
zoomed in.
it's okay.
Excuse us. This is the first time we're using this. So, laundry. When you want some clothes washed for you, you can ask to send them to laundry. So, I need this suit washed. Can I send this to laundry? I need this shirt washed. Please send it to laundry.
Yep. And last, finally. Okay. Do you have any messages for room 302? So if you are expecting a message, then you can ask the front desk or an employee, do you have any messages for room 302? Depending on your room. If your room is 102, then room 102.
Obviously, you would let your friends or people who need to talk to you, get in contact with you, your room number. So when they leave a message, they give the room number and you ask for messages for this room number, you will receive your messages. Next we have,
Very important.
could you call me a taxi, please? So, you need to get from the hotel to your next destination, the next place you're going. So you say, could you call me a taxi, please? And the hotel will call a taxi for you to take you where you want to go.
And since it's a request, you can add please to be more polite. Yes. And how can I make an overseas call to Korea? So overseas call is usually when you want to call a country outside your country. So for example, how can I make an overseas call to Korea?
So you must not be in
If
Korea.
you're not in Korea.
So that you can call from overseas to Korea.
Yes.
Then
And
I'd like to extend my stay for a few days. Extend. Extend means make something longer. So originally I was staying for 3 days, but I want to extend my stay. Maybe I will stay for 5 days.
5 days.
Last one.
I'd like to leave one day earlier. For here, extend is make it longer. But when you say I'd like to leave one day earlier, then for example, today I'm supposed to leave at Thursday, but I want it one day earlier. So I want to leave on Wednesday instead of Thursday. All right, so let's get
Here we
into
go.
some of the dialogues.
So we have some dialogues for these different types of problem. Room service, problems with keys, problems with the room, needing a taxi. So let's jump
Common problems.
straight into the first one, room
Okay.
service.
So first we'll read it slowly
Read it slowly.
and then play it. And after that, we'll read it in normal pace.
A or B?
B.
Okay.
Okay.
Good morning. How may I help you?
Good morning. This is room 304. I would like to have some breakfast, please.
What would you like?
I would like to order a grilled chicken sandwich and a salad.
Anything else you need?
Oh, and a glass of orange juice, please.
Okay, a glass of orange juice. Room service will be charged to your room. Is that all right?
That's fine.
It will be up shortly.
Thank you.
So,
Okay, yes. And in a normal pace.
Good morning. How may I help you?
Good morning. This is room 304. I would like to have some breakfast, please.
What would you like?
I would like to order a grilled chicken sandwich and a salad.
Anything else you need?
Oh, and a glass of orange juice, please.
Okay, a glass of orange juice. Room service will be charged to your room. Is that all right?
That's fine.
It will be up shortly.
Thank you.
Okay. So, this is the natural order that you would order your room service. So, it's probably over the phone because you're calling from your room.
Yes.
So, you pick up, you call room service. The person in room service says, how may I help you? They say, good morning, because in this situation, you're asking for breakfast. Breakfast happens in the morning.
It is.
So
Yes.
you say, good morning, hello, good morning. How may I help you? What do you want? How may I help you? What do you want?
This is room 304. I would like to have some breakfast, please.
So you're stating the number of
Where
your
am
room.
I?
Where will the food go when you order it? And what do you want? I want to have some breakfast, please. So food specific to breakfast. That's what you're asking for.
Yes.
And the room service person would say, what would you like? What food do you want?
So I said I like to order a grilled chicken sandwich and a salad.
For breakfast? You're strange.
Yeah. I'm a strange
You
person.
want your turn. Okay. So you've stated the food you want. You've stated where it's going. Anything else you need? Do you want more? Do you want to add more food to your order?
Or did you forget something? So, oh, and a glass of orange juice, please.
It is breakfast after all.
Yes, and if not, you can just say, no, thank you, or I'm good.
So the room service person is making sure they've heard correctly what you've asked for. Okay, a glass of orange juice. Room service will be charged to your room.
Again.
We have charged.
Yes.
Charged is talking about money. So you've made the order. You've given the room number. So the amount that this costs, how much is this food, will be added to your bill. So your room is this much, for example. Breakfast is another 15. So it all gets added together. Whoops. And
Yes.
is charged to your room. Is that all right?
That's fine.
So if I don't want anything else, I'm happy with that being charged to my room. It will be up shortly.
Thank you. Okay.
So this means
yeah.
it will just take a little bit of time for it to come.
If you want to be more specific, you can say, how long will it take? How long will it take? Usually you're asking for the time. Yes. Okay. So let's
Next, quickly.
make this faster. Okay. Hey, hi, is this the front desk?
Yes, Mum. How may I help you?
I got locked out of my room. Do you have a spare key?
What's your room number?
It's room 304. How long will it take?
Please give us 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
So this is very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
You've been locked out of your room. We talked about this before. I can't get into my room, so I call for help and I say, do you have a spare key? Do you have one more key?
Mm-hmm. And then, what's your room number? I'm in 304. And I asked, how long will it take?
5 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Problem with the room.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, is that the front desk?
Yes, how can I help you?
I need some help.
What's the problem?
There is no hot water in my room.
Ah, I see. I will send someone up from maintenance to fix it straight away.
Please hurry.
Okay.
So,
The problem is no hot water. Okay.
and this person is a bit desperate. They need help right now. They're very worried.
Yes.
So, they said, I need some help.
Oh.
There was no please and thank you here. It's
Yes.
an emergency.
Emergency.
Very basic. There is no hot water in my room. Something is wrong with the hot water heater in the room. We have said there is no hot water. And the front desk said they will send up someone from maintenance to fix it. Maintenance means the people that take care of making sure everything works in the hotel. So they'll send someone to fix it straight away.
Right now.
Yes.
And last, when you need a taxi.
The last line.
Okay. So, could you please get me a taxi? Oh, maybe.
Of course. Where would you like it to take you?
I need to get to the train station by 11 o'clock.
I'll arrange it for you immediately.
Thank you very much.
So, it's time for you to leave the hotel, maybe just for the day. You need a taxi right now because you have to get to the train station by 11 o'clock.
Yes. And he asked, where would you like it to take you?
Yeah.
Take you means, where do you want to go?
Where do you want to go? I need to get to the train station. Take me to the train station. And because it's a train and the train will leave, they need to get there by 11 o'clock, by a certain time. I'll arrange it for you immediately.
Arrange it for you means
Call the taxi.
he'll call the taxi and do it for you.
And immediately means
Right now.
this second, right now.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
This person is much more polite.
Very polite.
And this is the end of our lesson today.
Alright. Yay.
So, anyone, do you
Alright.
have any
questions? So if you have any questions, please comment down below.
We had a lot of work to get through.
That was a lot.
No questions?
Sure.
Everyone wants to go home. Please, I need to eat some dinner.
Okay, so if you don't have any question, please press 5.
Everyone
Let's
wants
go
to leave.
home.
Let's go.
Let's finish
go.
now. Yeah.
Okay, good job, everybody. You
Thank
worked
you,
very hard.
everyone.
So we'll see everybody here at JLS tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So
Yes,
Bye-bye
we're
for
so
now.
excited to see you. Hope we have a good class tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
bye-bye. Oh, someone said, oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
We're done.
It's
Yes.
Shinhoje again. Oh yeah.
We're done. Yep, finally.
So bye-bye.
Yes, bye. So how do we turn this on?
Count